Welcome to English Stories, where captivating tale becomes your pathway to English mastery. Immerse yourself in enchanting narratives designed to enhance your vocabulary and conversation skill. With our carefully crafted collection, learning English becomes enjoyable and effective. Mystery, romance, adventure, fantasy, we have stories for every taste and levels. Join our community of English learners where each story is a stepping stone to fluent conversation. Subscribe now and let the magic of English stories transform your English language journey. Friends, if you wish to learn English quickly, you have to work on vocabulary, conversation and dialogue practice. So learn English through stories is definitely a best way to achieve our goal. So don't forget to visit the last section of this video, which is basically vocabulary and its meaning in Hindi. Now let's start with the story. Ramlal was a trader who had risen from poverty to reach riches. When he was about to take his last breath, he called his son aside and said, "Kishan, my son, though I had earned enough money and amassed wealth, I have not spent much on charity. I wish that a dharamshala be built in my name for the benefit of pilgrims who come on a holy trip to our temple town. I entrust the responsibility to you. Spend half of my wealth towards constructing the dharamshala and you keep the remaining half to yourself. I hope you would fulfill this my last wish." Soon afterward, Ramlal died. Kishanlal was about to start work on dharamshala when his young and ambitious wife said, "Are you a fool? It may be your father's last wish. Yet where's the hurry to fulfill it right now? Listen to me. Let us start a new business jointly. Right now, we shall utilize the entire wealth investing in our business. At the end of the year, after we reap a handsome profit, we can put up a dharamshala from out of the profit. Thus, we can kill two birds in a single shot." Kishanlal was a bit reluctant, but he gave in ultimately to her persuasion. After a year, when the business yielded rich dividends, Kishanlal wanted to start work on the dharamshala, but again his wife interfered. "Look, the profit we have made is only marginal. I can't allow you to siphon out on the entire profit in the name of the charity. We might get a better profit next year. We shall then think about the dharamshala." So he could not do anything against her wish. And next year they reaped a higher profit than they had anticipated. Yet his wife was still reluctant to utilize the profit for building the dharamshala. "Listen, let's reinvest the entire profit and expand our business. What's the hurry for charity now? It's something to be think of in old age. After all, charity began at home. Only after fending for all our needs should we ever think of charity." Kishanlal meekly agreed to her reasoning. Subsequently, though they amassed a huge fortune in their business, his wife did not allow him to go ahead with charity, raising one objection or other. One day, when Kishanlal was relaxing in his house, he happened to see a blind man trotting on the road with the help of stick and carrying bowl in his hand. Suddenly, he tripped and fell down. At once, a man came limping to the spot and helped him to his feet. Blind man started wailing, "Oh no," with great difficulty. "I gathered some food today by begging. Alas, now I have spilled all the food. What am I going to do?" The lame at once consoled him and said, "Don't worry, I am a beggar like you. Take whatever food you want from my bowl." The blind man was surprised. "You too are a beggar like me? If you give away your food, what will you eat?" "No, only when you have plenty can you think of charity." The lame replied, "Not necessary. People who have plenty do not generally think of charity because of their greed. I am poor beggar and I know the plight of a hungry man, especially a blind man like you. Please accept my offer." Kishanlal was moved by compassion showed by the limping man to the one who was blind. Suddenly he thought of the word uttered by the lame. People who have plenty do not generally think of charity because of their greed. Very true, he thought to himself. Here I am postponing the charitable deed of building a dharamshala or poultry, though I have enough means to do it, only because of the uncontrollable greed of my wife and my own inability to overrule her. And here is the beggar freely giving away the food he had got by begging to his companion out of compassion. What an imbecile creature I have all along been. I have no right to delay fulfilling my father's last wish." Next day, when he announced his decision of starting construction of the dharamshala to his wife, as usual, she raised objections. but she was shocked to find him brushing aside her objections sternly and going ahead with his plans. Now let's go through the vocabulary. Risen मतलब उठना, to have moved upwards. Amassed मतलब संचित करना, collected or accumulated, usually referring to wealth. Charity मतलब दान, giving to those in need. Dharamshala, a shelter or inn for pilgrims, travelers or those on a religious journey. इसको कोल्ट्री भी बोलते हैं इंग्लिश में, कोल्ट्री. Entrust, सौंपना, to assign or give responsibility to someone. Reluctant मतलब अनिच्छुक, hesitant or unwilling to do something. Persuasion मतलब समझाने की प्रक्रिया, the act of convincing or influencing someone to do something. Dividend मतलब लाभांश, profits earned from investment or business activity. Marginal मतलब मामूली, fund मतलब निकाल लेना in unauthorized manner मतलब to withdraw or take out in a secretive manner. Anticipated मतलब पूर्वानुमानित, expected or predicted. Reinvest मतलब पुन्हा पुन्हा निवेश करना, to invest money again and again. Fortune मतलब दौलत, नसीब, a large amount of wealth or riches. Plight मतलब परिस्थिति, a difficult or challenging situation. Compassion मतलब दया, a feeling of deep sympathy and sorrow for others suffering along with a desire to help. Imbecile मतलब मूर्ख, a foolish or silly person. Sternly मतलब कठोरता से, firmly or seriously. O rule मतलब अस्वीकार करना, to reject or disapprove. Greed मतलब लोभ, intense desire for wealth, possessions or more than one's needs. Compassionate मतलब करुणानिधि, showing kindness, empathy towards others. So friends, if you like this story, don't forget to hit the bell icon, like, comment, share with your friends and subscribe the channel. Thank you so much.